Welcome, lords and ladies of the chat. Welcome to another episode of Legions Lounge, episode 14. We are your hosts. My name is Trevor, 1/6 Shooter. With me over there is Nate Strong at Corona4.
High five. We did it.
On Instagram. Go check him out. Below us, that's an easy one, is Bill Drewnowski at the Dork Lair on Instagram and at Dorklair here on YouTube. Go check him out. He's got some great reviews. What was the last one you just put up? Atticus Doom? No.
Atticus Doom, yeah. Go watch it, guys. That video is not doing well.
Really?
A little bump. It's like my worst video.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
such
funny
a
because
popular
you start
figure.
off by saying people are already calling this the figure of the year, so you'd think you'd have a lot more views.
Yeah,
really.
I think there's a couple factors, but whatever. It's neither here nor there.
Yeah. No, YouTube's I don't know.
Good video.
It's a weird place sometimes, man. You think you got it all figured out. You think you got the all the tags and everything down, and it's the same thing as Instagram. It's like depends on the day. How's it going? What have we been up to? Anybody pick anything up? We had some sales recently. We're gonna get into that in the news after we bring our guest on. We got a great guest. You know what? First of all, Nate, why don't you tell us who's in the chat? I have to say, first off, as always, Dave Orkin.
My man, Dave Orkin.
And Dave, along with Nate, Dave has been coordinating with me and Nate. Dave's making up some shirts for us. And he's been putting his own time into this, and I truly appreciate it. I've told him many times, but I just tell him again how much I appreciate it. This is stuff we're going to be giving away. This is going to be part of the Pop and Swap Stars contest prizes and stuff. Legions Lounge shirts. It's going to be cool. Yeah. Can't wait to see them. So thank you, Dave. Really, really appreciate it.
That's awesome.
And thank you for always being first.
Right on.
Even if it was a half an hour early, that's fine. That's good. It's cool, actually.
Yeah.
Who else we got here?
We got Jacob Forna and
Uh-oh. We don't have Nate. This is who we don't have.
I'll continue.
All right.
Good when he gets back in. But let's see who else we got. Michael Woods in the house. Ricky Lee. David Smith. He's gonna watch it 20 more times. You're back.
Nate is in the house.
it's funny because I was just going to call out Michael Casper. So his technical inabilities must have rubbed off on me. I just disappeared. Thanks, Mike.
He likes your
Bill's calling him out. So you guys can trade off or whatever. Go ahead. Somebody pick.
Continue, Nate.
I don't know where you left off, but
we got Dave, we got Curtis Ackerman, David Smith, Walter DeMarco. What's going on, Walter? David Williams, Cowabunga Dude, Scott Baker, Stephen Bishotti. Lord Stephen Bishotti has graced us with his presence.
That?
Thank you. Figure fan Nate. It's Nate, who I was talking about earlier, who was down at ToyCon. Toyland.
Atlanta, yeah. Looks like you got a great haul there, and said he'd love me.
Yeah, he did. That looks like really nice, man. So glad Nate's into this stuff now. He's a great photographer too, and it's great to see his stuff. And I love all these people getting into Mythic Legions, like him and Tom Iawatu and stuff like that. Alan and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. Tom Clayton, Jacob was there. Joe Gonsalves. Thank you again, Joe, for my what's his name? Ethron. Michael Casper, we said. Jordan Hedgehog's Action. Michael Woods. Ricky Lee. Curtis.
Pablo.
Anthony. How's he staying up? I need some coffee, actually.
I had a boy. Yeah,
I'm tired. Oof. Libofet. Slavin Torsky. Hey, what's going on, man? I recognize the name, but I don't think I've ever had to pronounce that before. Sorry, man. I think I butchered that. Jeremy Bollinger, Eric Munoz, Peter Tong, Eduardo De Jesus, Pablo Lopez, Rich M, and Anthony again. He's going to do his best to stay awake. No promises. No problem. I'm going to do my best to stay awake. No promises to you because I was falling asleep earlier.
Well, it's on us to have riveting content, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. So let's bring our guest on first of all, so he's not sitting backstage, because he's too good looking to be sitting backstage. Our guest tonight, if you are a member of the Cabal on Facebook, and if you are watching this show, you should be a member of the Cabal on Facebook. I'm assuming most of you are, but I know some new people we get in there every once in a while. So go do that. Go get on Facebook, or at least follow him on Instagram if you're not a Facebook person. He is, if you are familiar with the raffles on the Cabal that have been going on lately, he is the raffle ninja. He is the master of the wheel, the sultan of spin. He is a Mythic Legions completist collector. Guys, just like every time I see his hauls, I'm like, my God, man, didn't you already have this, like, grail already? And he's got another one. And our main topic tonight, we're going to be talking about test shots. And it looks to me, and I'm going to ask him this, I didn't ask him this, as if he is starting to work his way into becoming a completist test shot collector. So it's Cullun Culp.
Hey,
welcome.
Toy
Hello,
culprits.
Legions Lounge.
What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm doing all right tonight. I've got myself a little scotch poured and
nice,
ready to talk about some toys.
Cheers.
And you had to wear the same shirt that I did.
I did.
That's all right.
But I classed it up with a jacket.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I'm freezing. I could use a jacket down here actually, but it's I'm trying to keep myself awake, so I could use the cold. It's good. So welcome, man. I'm glad you could make it tonight. Appreciate it. We got a topic that I think is going to be in your sphere of knowledge, and I want to talk about your collection.
Your wheelhouse.
Oh,
Nice.
Well
damn it, Nate. Good one, man.
I'm out.
Damn it. That was good. Shit. Yes, in your wheelhouse. But first, before we get into that, we're going to get into some news. And here's a quick question here. Do we have another week for the Pop and Swap Stars Challenge? Yes, you do. Next Friday or Saturday? It's all the Cabal. I think it's either Friday or Saturday. I forget what day it is.
Yeah, look, yes, we don't know.
I think it was the 25th, but I haven't checked in a while.
It should be Friday, right? I think it is Friday. Yeah, because we want to give ourselves the weekend to start looking these things over. Yep. We've been looking them over, but we've got a good team of judges, including the three of us here. Maybe Colin wants to be a judge. Oh no, Colin actually entered, so he can't be a judge. So we got a couple other people well known in the community that are going to be looking at these things and helping us figure out some winners.
Appreciate that, Dave.
Then we're going to figure out. Yeah, I know. Sorry, I left that on. It is. It's very nice.
But speaking of, I mean, we've been freaking blown away by.
Oh my God, man!
I think I mean I did it kind of quickly today, but I kind of just pulled up the hashtag and came up to about 155 entrants.
Wow.
And there's just been some outstanding.
I'm just going to jump over this, get out of our news, and just take a look, like do a quick search for the Pop and Swap.
Yeah, and what's we keep saying it's like if you give the same three figures to 10 people, they come up with something. Everyone come up with something different. So there's been some crazy stuff that never would have even crossed my mind. I love it.
That's cool.
Great creativity.
Yeah, some of the. I mean, it all looks beautiful. You know what I mean? Like people are really doing incredible stuff with color combinations, and just like creative stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got to say, again, photography does not count, but there's been some nice photography along with this too. So, I will, I'll give you kudos, but it's not going to help you.
As someone who's like, for me, these types of kit bashes, it's my favorite aspect of Legions.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to just be browsing and just having essentially like the Cabal kind of like transformed into this theme for a week or two has been so much fun. It's just awesome.
Yeah, I think it's great, man. I mean, it's definitely something I want to do year after year. As we get new parts out, it's going to be fun to see new stuff, and as we get more people in who have the ability to get new stuff, and then we got Cosmic Legions too. Like we could you're going to have a whole new world of things. I think maybe we'll do a combo thing, whether you want to do a cosmic, piece, or you want to do a mythic piece, or you want to combine them into whatever the hell you want to make.
Yeah,
will be cool with us. But it's going to be, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts.
Peter was asking.
Sorry, go ahead, Colin.
I was just going to say, Peter was asking for confirmation on the rules. So you can use up to 3 figures, but if you do, one of those 3 must be a Legion builder.
correct.
Yeah, where was Peter's question? I missed that.
You can use any 2, or you can add a third as long as it's a Legion builder.
Right. You can use up to 3. One of those has to be a Legion builder. You can use any of the soft goods that come with the 3 figures that you've picked. You can also use wing sets and hand sets and weapon sets. Weapon sets are fine too. So the weapons and wings and hands can be something that didn't come with the figure, only if they're part of the hand set. But yes, up to 3 figures. That's all right.
Yeah.
You got a week, man. You got a week, and all you got to do is get some gloves and a blow dryer.
Hair dryer.
Don't do it without gloves, man. It hurts. It hurts sometimes. Depending on what you're doing, it hurts.
If you're doing 2.0 figures, it definitely is a lot of work.
Yeah, for sure. But these things are just.
It's been so much
that.
fun.
I love that. I'm trying not to comment here because I don't want to give anybody.
Toy Bro.
Oh yeah.
That one right there, yeah.
Nice. That's great. Love it. Got to get him on the show one of these days too. Yeah, it's been great, man. It's been overwhelming, and we're really, really happy. And I'm like adding stuff to these prizes like on a daily basis. So it's going to be really cool. I know I haven't really delineated anything, but I think you're going to be happy with what you get if you're one of the top 3 winners. And maybe we'll have some other.
Well, there's so many good ones. Like I said, 155. Who knows how much more we're going to have, and by the end of the week.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. We got our work cut out for us.
We got a lot to go through, and that's why I wanted to give us, a little bit of time before the next show.
Yeah.
Whether or not we'll do this on Legions Lounge or we'll do it on the 1,000 follower celebration show, I don't know. It might be fun to do it on that, but we'll see. We'll see. Either way, we just need a little time because, like I said, there's a lot to go through here. So that's that. But keep them coming, man. Keep them coming. They're fantastic.
Yeah, this is. I have seen a couple that didn't necessarily follow the rules too. So if you think that maybe you take it down and make it work and put it back up.
Yeah, all you have to do in that case, I've seen a couple people ask questions about a few rules, and somebody, I've seen some that didn't quite follow it. Somebody asked about it post. Just take the tag off it, because if you do have 2 entries, we're going to have to disqualify it because we can't pick one out of the 2. You know what I mean? And we can't necessarily go through here and dissect each one and make sure that each part is, with the winners that we pick, we'll make sure that they've followed the rules. But,
right.
If you got 2 entries in there, we just can't take the time to go through it and make sure that, one of them follows it, one of them doesn't. And then if they both do, what do we pick? So just make sure you got 1 entry. If you put the tag on another entry, either delete the entry or take the tag off it, then it won't show up in our search. So that's all you got to do. You can still put it up there and tell everybody that you did it and show the picture and everything. Just don't tag it Pop and Swap Stars.
Right.
That's all. All right. Yeah, nothing's too early. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when you submitted it. I see what you're saying. Yeah, a million ideas later. Take it down, man. Try again. Take the tag off it. Do another one. Put your best one out there. Put a couple up, even if you're feeling feeling it out. Don't let the likes intimidate you, because we're going to be looking at different things. We're not looking at who liked the most. We're going to be looking at different criteria, have our own opinions. So, we're not necessarily going to go with the crowd. So don't worry about how everybody else is doing in the Cabal. Yeah, don't worry about it. Anything that's going to win is going to be following the rules. So we'll make sure of that. Cullun, yours look good, man. I like that one.
That was actually the first time I've done anything beyond just popping out an arm or a leg, and I've only done that once or twice. So I actually got, took the gauntlets off, got down to the knees here.
And who is your base figure for that?
You might have heard of him. He's Hagnon. I actually had the skull head on it initially, and I really enjoyed the one, the Magnus King of the Undead that someone did with the regular skeleton builder and the King Bromden crown. That was great.
Yeah. That was cool. It was weird that I was working on a picture of that at the same time too. It was very strange.
Davey, I think it was Davey.
What's up?
Davey, I think toy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Davey. Yep.
Yeah, really cool. Found shot.
Yep. Very cool. All right, we got a little bit of news going on. So we had our test shot sale. That is no longer up there. Did anybody pick anything up from there here? Well, I think at least two of us did, maybe if not three of us.
I got my very first one.
Nice. Let's get up there. Hang on. Oh, beautiful. That's a good one, man.
Badass. I'm beyond stoked. Like I said, it's my very first one.
Yeah.
I don't know why I waited on him, but it's just one of those things. But
so now that you have it in hand, what do you think about it? Is it like does it entice you to get more, or is it just like that's good? I'm happy with this one.
I might. I think I'd be real selective about it, but I love it, and I think it's if this is the only one I end up keeping, then I'm really truly happy with that.
Yeah.
But the thing that thrilled me the most about getting the test shot is that I got all the back adapters too.
I know, in flat gray. I know, it's so nice, right? It's great.
Put them on a special shelf with your glow-in-the-dark back adapters that come with Hagnon.
There you go.
Someday, all those things are going to be worth something. I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. Cullun, did you get something?
I did. I'll open it live here. I haven't taken these out yet. What could it be?
It looks like a small
hands and feet pack.
Nice.
That's how into test shots I've gotten. I even bought those.
Wow.
The orc
I thought about that because they were still available after I came back from buying my first one, and I was like, I don't know. I don't want to personally go down the alley of being a completist when it comes to test shots. So
I did. I got a few of them. I was able to snag a few from this last sale. The wings I haven't yet either. These are awesome.
Cool. You are seem to be. I've heard some things behind the scenes about you, and you happen to be a guy who has means and ways of getting things that you want from sales.
And I'd advise everyone not to watch the Dork Lair preview of the All-Star sale because I just sat there and cringed as he gave away all my good tricks.
Yeah.
People were upset with me for giving away the secrets, and I gotta say I didn't give away my one true secret, my ace in the hole. I will never reveal that will get. No matter how many people know all those secrets, I have my one ace in the hole. I can always get what I want.
Right. Yeah, actually, last summer during the ISS sales, there were a few times I snagged all 6.
Nice.
And I think
I heard the stories.
The first time it happened, I got a call from Chris.
I heard that story.
Like 20 minutes later, I'm like, okay, this is awkward. So I told him how I did it. I even sent him a video clip. Later, yeah. I took a video of me doing it.
Yeah. And he said he's like, I told him, he was like, all right, okay.
I will say one thing with those sales. I've tried them from a few different locations. Mm-hmm. Like for the Friday ones, they were happening right when school got out, and I was still at work. Mm-hmm. And every time I jumped on for the Friday ones at work, it felt like everything was there for like a solid 3 minutes. It just felt like I had all the time in the world to do them. And then when I tried some at home, and I was on a hard line, like it was but it was just a different, I guess it was the same ISP. It was Comcast, but I don't know. It was just something different about it. It was really slow. Like by the time it loaded, it was much later in that kind of moment. And I just it was, it was just really hard to get them quick. So, and your ISP matters, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, probably. And the time of day that it happens, which is usually the same. If either it's during the afternoon or it's at 8 o'clock. I had a better time when they did sales at like 9 o'clock at night for some reason. I think it was just because it was less clogged, my ISP. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The 1 o'clock in the afternoon sales, I still managed to get. Yeah, I did get a test shot. I got my favorite figure from Arether, Hadriana. So now I have Hadriana. I have Faustia.
Cool.
And I have Delphina. I don't know what it is. I have the female figures. I'm not sure what that means, but anyway, they're cool. Like I'm going to use them as like
Ireland.
What's that? Yeah, yeah, exactly.
We won't go there.
No, let's not go there. It's Todd's got enough problems as it is. Oh wow. Well, Laser Pants hitting us with 10. Jeez, man, thank you very much. Yeah, we have super chats now. Hit us with a super chat if you'd like to. It all goes into prizes and stuff, giveaways and stuff for the channel, and I appreciate it, man. Holy crap. Missed last in Stock's Tale and Four Horsemen, but I'm hoping they eventually re-release the Ice Troll. What are the chances of that happening? Should I just buy one in the secondary market? Well, they had some Ice Trolls at Zolocon, I believe, last week. So there are still some hanging around. I don't know if they're going to be part of an in-stock sale. I would say it's the one figure that hasn't been. No, I'm sorry.
Brontus
are the two figures have not been right. Brontus and him have not been re-released. So the chances are, if things hold, tradition holds, they will both be released. We got an All-Star coming up, but now it's being called being part of a special wave. So I don't know what that means. But in the past, they've always re-released a troll. So it's either Brontus's turn, which is I think one of the that was the third one out. You might be waiting a little while for an Ice Troll, but I don't want to tell you to go out and get one on the secondary market.
At least wait until this All-Stars wave is fully completed and revealed and the pre-orders go up, because Joe Vasapolo is in the chat and he just said keep an eye out.
Okay, there you go. Keep an eye out. You heard it. That's the horse's mouth, man. Not to mention, you could have had Dante pick you up one. You know, when he saw me there and didn't know who I was, he could have picked you up one right at Zolocon. So the next time, this week is New Jersey Toy Con, and I'm gonna guess Dante's probably gonna show up there too. So I'll tell you what, man. If I see one there, I'm gonna go there. If I see one, I will grab one for you. But cool. I would say, hold your money for now. Wait till the All-Stars 5 wave is announced, and at that point it's not there. If you're desperate, I would say maybe think about the secondary market, but it's going to be a pricey one. But I mean, everybody knows that they're coming back around now, so I don't think they're commanding the kind of prices the Trolls did at first. Although I haven't looked. When people thought that was it, they were one and done.
Yeah. Plus, you're going to get 2 heads.
Oh, they had Ice Trolls at Toylanta too.
Wow.
No. That is a test shot.
This is what roped me into test shots.
Wow.
Trolls were one of my earlier, after the Motu homage, I went after the Trolls. And I saw that they were doing these November 2020 during that sale. And there was a limit of 2 in the first hour. I snagged both Trolls. I just went straight for the Trolls. Didn't give it a second thought. And I wasn't collecting test shots back then.
I think you should put him in the tank over there, right behind you. I think that would be pretty cool. Underwater,
that's,
right there. That'd be...
Snake Mountain in the tank back there. I got Gray Skull on the other side.
That'd be sweet.
That's amazing.
Oh, Jonathan, maybe I'll see you Saturday, man. I'll look for you. We'll be there. Yeah, Brontus is a must. They're great. I mean, I think we're going to see both of them. It just may be time. Don't be too. Oh, nice. That's another good one. And it came with all the skulls and the hands and everything else in the basket too. Nice.
Not the twine, but everything else.
Yeah. You know what? I was just actually I was talking to Christian C. Jessen, and asking him if he had, because with Adriana you get the soft goods, but it's the brown cloak and a red cape, and I'm like, do you have the materials? Can you point me in the direction of the materials for these things that I could get them in gray, like the fur in gray and the cape in gray? Because I want the whole thing in gray. Even if I'll keep the ones it came with, but they're just the same ones that the regular figure came with, and I'd just like to see it on the figure in gray. It'd be pretty cool.
Very cool.
That would.
So they haven't all come with the soft goods though.
Not all of them, no. I mean, all the ones that I've gotten have, but it's a grab bag, man. If they lost something in the process, or it came over from the factory without a piece missing. I think I saw somebody on the Cabal saying that they were missing a hand or something like that, or a left hand, or I don't know, something. It wasn't something critical, but it was something that came with the figure. And Chris said he would look around, but there's not much they can do about it. You know what I mean? If it's not there, it's not there. It's a grab bag. You get what you get. So that happened. Then we had the in-stock sale. Did anybody pick up anything from the in-stock sale? Now, this was, to me, was a bit of a surprise at how fast things went.
Yeah.
Only because, and I realized, like, I think I'm in my head too much, because I've been to 2 shows at least within the last year that they've had piles of, this wave out, and you could get them, ad nauseum. So, right. And they're available out there. Sometimes they're on BBTS. They may still be available on some of them on BBTS.
They are.
More money. Obviously, you're saving some money here, but man, they were gone. I think I logged in just to see what was going on about 15 minutes in, and everything was sold out. It was pretty crazy.
David Smith, was it David Smith who got? No, maybe not. So somebody said that they got, somebody who I chat with regularly, I can't remember who it was. They said that they got a forest troll yesterday. Oh yeah. So it pays to check back in and keep track, because I think they, if maybe if a credit card doesn't go through, or if somebody had ordered 2, I don't know, I guess who would order 12?
You had a 12
trolls, but
limit. Yeah.
But, yeah. I don't know. Maybe something happens and they have to cancel, but
true enough,
accidental order and they cancel. So yeah, I mean, it pays to keep checking.
Yeah. This was a nice little thing. And I wish I'd actually would have grabbed a couple of these Krampus tails, for a penny. You know what I mean? Just for custom fodder, that would have been great.
Well, that was very confusing, because if you click in it and read the fine print, it said only get it if you can confirm you have a broken one.
Oh, I didn't see that.
When you ask somebody to read the fine print, and we're conditioned to buy things as quickly as we can,
you don't even look at what you're buying. Right. I mean, we're like, if you do this, if you do Mezco, you look at the picture, you click, you're in the cart, you're gone, you're done. Yep. Yeah. So
hindsight, they should have revealed that the tails would be in there ahead of time and kind of laid that all out ahead of time.
I probably would have put that in a post ISS to sale or something. Listen, we're gonna have these available, and yeah, exactly. Announce that. I mean, I know. I mean, they're trying to get this all done at once, ship things out at the same time. You know what I mean? They want to do this all at the same time. But yeah, I wouldn't have read that at all.
Not me neither. I saw the tails and I assumed it was for broken tails, and I was like, I don't have a broken tail, so
I thought maybe, and I didn't talk to Chris about this, I thought maybe that they had just ordered more or had more because they'd had some issues with it, or knew they were going to have some issues with it. Because it was comparatively with some of the other figures, was very tight in there.
Yep.
So maybe that they just went back to the factory and had me canceling them from my card. I lost scaffold. Oh, damn it.
Bummer.
That hurts.
Dude, that sucks. Daniel, contact me, man. I got a scaffold for you, man.
You've got to heat the boom boom hole extra well on Krampus.
Hell yeah.
I sanded mine down.
Yeah,
I sanded the peg.
The ball joint, yeah.
The ball. I sanded the ball down, and yeah, I just basically sanded the paint off it essentially, and it pops in and out very easily now. And yeah,
nice. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because you're not touching the figure. That's dangerous to try and Dremel that the boom boom hole.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, because then you're taking paint off and everything else. So yeah, that's too bad. But Daniel, definitely like DM me, man. I think I got an extra scaphoid somewhere. All right. Moving on. That was that. Did any of you guys pick up anything from this?
I didn't actually try, no.
Yeah,
I grabbed some Bryophytus because I want to try deflocking him.
Oh, okay.
I've deflocked some vintage Panthers from the Masters line in the past, and I just like the look of him, and I thought he'd be a fun one deflocked. That is one of the test shots I got also, which he looks just like an orc.
Oh, wow.
Until you swap the head.
Oh, interesting.
So he comes with the regular orc head. Everything's backwards. Yeah.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he's got the club and the wand.
Cool.
He does have only came with the open hands, so gripping the weapons is a bit precarious.
Oh, interesting.
You can still, you just got to hold them a little higher up and not jostle it much.
But you have a hand set, or no? You have a foot set.
I have the hands and feet pack. Yes. So he might be a donor. He might get to.
That's right. You don't want to keep a mint in pack. Oh, look at this. There you go. There you go. We're going to talk about this later when we talk about the voting and stuff like that, and Cullun's. Yeah, there you go. Nice try.
I saw the green at the very last second. It was green.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. So that's that in stock sale. Yeah. Toylanta happened last week, as did MuskyCon up. If you're a My Wife Is Gonna Kill Me fan, or Legions Legions cast fan. Which Steve, if you're still watching, where's my Legions cast, man? Come on, let's go. Let's get on. Anyway, those two happened. Toylanta looked like it had a pretty good turnout for people. A lot of stuff, man. A lot of good stuff there for sale. I was like texting Walter. I'm like, was Unken still there? He's like, nah, that was gone yesterday. I'm like, damn it. But yeah, lots of good stuff there.
Speaking of Lord Bashadi and MuskyCon, I was fortunate enough to get one of his brand new.
Ooh.
Oh, that's nice looking. Is that the bear head one?
It is indeed. He did. So,
oh, sweet.
He painted this bad boy up.
Look at that. That's great.
That's sick.
Yeah,
I like that.
That looks great.
Really cool. So,
very cool
to get him in front of the camera.
Very nice. Did you pick anything else up there?
I got some artwork, and I got picked up a figure from Travis. So, yep.
Okay. Like a standard figure, or
I got a Sir Orwayne from him.
Very nice.
And I got a cool print. I didn't know Jeremy. I did know this, but I'd forgotten. But he does some really cool art. This was a simple piece he did. It's a cool Batman, simple Batman.
Oh wow!
He do it, yeah. So
nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
He's a talented mofo. Cool. Very nice. Yeah. So those went on. I did want to show this. This was crazy. Jump over to this. I know I was talking to Chris on, and I got to look up. Let's see, William. I think he put this up. I don't think it was Joe. I don't know. I think it was Chris. Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah.
As I was talking to him about our next subject that will come up in the news on the phone, he's telling me that he and Joe were sorting through some of the backstock and just organizing things, and I'm like, he's like, wow, stuff that Pete would blow your mind. I'm like, what do you got? he's like stuff you can't have. I'm like, come on, man, I got no in. Like, people think I got nothing. I got no in. But good Lord, there's your grail right there. There's Otho. I'm like, just a Fury Orc, man. Can I get a Fury Orc? Look at this. Look at the gold here.
Man.
Fucking crazy. Celtis. I don't even see I mean, it's been a while since I've looked because I had a couple Celtis in my hand. I still have two, but it's been a while since I looked on eBay. But you don't see much Celtis for sale to begin with. Scapular, Sir Valgard, Gideon. Oh God, it's gold. All of it's gold.
We got an all caps response from Joe, so he's yelling at us very vehemently.
I know, Joe. Seriously, Joe, call me, DM me, please. Yeah, so that was cool. But that's the reason I was talking to our man Chris, which was all about the next thing, which is I guess I'm still on here. I guess we can just go back. It's probably right on the top. There it is. This happened today.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah. And if I look over my desk, I'm not trying to make anybody jealous, but I can see this figure right there, and it is freaking cool, man.
Oh, wow.
You're going to freak. It's great. It's great. This is going to be very exciting. Can't say anything else about it myself, but what do you guys think about this? Like, what do you... So this is Aeus Sipitian. Aeus Sipitian. That's what I'm going to call him.
Your guess is as good as mine.
That's better than Travis could do.
And April 2nd was that when are we going to see it?
April 2nd. So April 2nd is Intern for a Day over at the studio, which I'll be over at. So I'm assuming we're going to have, I'm just saying like what's on the paper here. It's April 2nd. I'm assuming we're going to see some sort of thing like maybe we saw at the last Intern for a Day.
And it does on the top right there. It says 8 EST.
Yep. 8 p.m. Yep.
And on the bottom it says available at Four Horsemen and other fine retailers.
There you go. Yeah, Bill deciphered all this afternoon. I have these fonts, like I've used them. So like there's words underneath Olek and AS too in that other font. But that's one that you really have to actually like, you have to have that font and actually type it all out, because that's not even like, that's real code. Like that has no resemblance to an actual letter.
Take it and like put it in a picture editor and then stretch it and then just see the words or something like that.
I don't think it's one of those ones that you hold on edge, but I might be wrong. I haven't delved that far into it actually. We just used it on the first Cosmic promotion stuff, and that was the most alien thing. When Chris and I were working on the dios, we put some of that stuff on the control panels and stuff like that, because it just looked totally alien. Yeah, who's anybody going to intern for a day on in the chat here?
Dave working?
I'm going.
Dave going? Oh, Dave is going. No, Dave told me he's going. I might be picking up the shirts from him for an intern for a day. So yeah, I'm going to see Dave.
Right on. And Cullun, you said you're going?
Yep, I ended up being somebody's +1. So I will be there.
That's great.
I heard it's kind of an easy date too. So
yep, splitting a hotel room. I think it'll be a good night.
Nice.
Yeah, really.
That's awesome.
Just buy him a test shot. Cheap. Awesome. That's great. Oh, I can't wait to see you, man. That's gonna be cool. Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah,
the lanky silhouette is cool, and I mean, I can't say anything. But what do you guys think about the body type and all that stuff? Do you
I mean, screams classic alien. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, super intriguing.
I mean,
it's not gender definitive on the outline, because it is. It does look like a little trimmer, but that could just be because it's an alien.
These are not proportions that we've seen before.
Exactly.
Okay.
But
I'm not telling tales out of school here. So
the height on it is something else too.
Yeah, I don't.
You think it's?
I think this is pretty accurate. I don't have Olek in hand anymore to compare, but I probably have a figure that he'd be relatively.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
And
so I think that height is fairly accurate.
Yeah,
maybe off by a little bit, but it's definitely tall. It's definitely tall.
Worth it, Curtis. Worth it.
So is that a new height, new scale?
I don't know. I don't. Well, I can't say anything. But it's definitely some things you haven't seen before.
It's also less than two weeks away, so it's not that long of a wait.
Yeah, we don't have to wait that long. And yeah, it's all I'm going to say is so. Cullun, are you going down the cosmic route? Or are you staying away?
I had the first order in.
Okay.
That's historic, right?
Okay. You had the first. Oh, that's right. You had the first order. I forgot about that. Yes, you did.
And on Poxus.
It's a fun size. It is a fun size. That's good, Joe. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for chiming in and saving.
I mean, it's probably not brute, but it's just that little bit taller looking where it could potentially be, a slenderer size, a kind of a 2.0 version of the brute scale potentially for some parts reuse with Mythics.
Yeah, brute is definitely that big body. I mean, that's brute is brute, I think. But they did say, I mean, a while back, so I'm not telling tales out of school, but Eric did say that they were going to delve into some different body types and different, limb lengths and things like that. So I expect to see weirder and weirder stuff in this line as we go along.
And so are we thinking that this is the first reveal from Cosmic Wave 2?
Well, it says available from retailer, like available on Four Horsemen and retailers. So I'm guessing something's going up.
Figure Obscura? Figure that could potentially be within Cosmic, or I don't know. Why would it be?
Nah. Figure Obscura is really like anything that they can't fit within the realms of the two of Mythos and Cosmerium, so it's cosmic. Yeah,
I mean, you could pre-order Cosmic Wave 1 from all those fine retailers as well. It doesn't necessarily mean they'll be available at the same time.
That's it. Yeah,
that's true.
I'm guessing that, and that is something I don't know, but I'm guessing it's going to be the same as anything. I don't think this is going to be mixed in with that special wave that we're seeing of Mythics. I think Mythics are Mythics and Cosmic is Cosmic in terms of releasing stuff. So, I don't think they'll be mixing that. So, this will probably be its own thing. Whether there'll be more, how many, I know you don't know, but you will soon. But yeah, I don't know. I think Cullun's right. I mean, like they are available always on the retailers, but not necessarily right away. So anyway, that's that. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for more Cosmic, man. I'm so into that. I'm really happy that stuff's coming along quickly. And moving right along from what Chris said is it's ahead of schedule. From what he said on some of the shows, so
it's awesome. It's so it stays that way with all the madness that's going on in the world. But
yeah, I know we got some setbacks in China again now, and who knows what's going to happen with that. I mean, there's worse things in the world than getting your toys late, but it would be nice to get the Cosmic, sometime in the fall or something like that.
Yep,
be kind of cool. Can we talk about why Blue Hagnon isn't any better than Curtis has some there's just like, it's just Azar or Zazar. Is it Azar?
Azar.
Yeah. And Hagnon, man, he is like your mortal enemy for Hagnon, man. He just doesn't care, man. He doesn't care how it glows. I think Bill's in that camp too, quite frankly.
I don't care for the blue glow Hagnon, and yet Cullun has managed to quote me like 3 times in support of Blue Hagnon.
I think he's lurking with a lot of people, as there's a certain passion for him, and there's some fun to be had with him, and he does have great accessories and 3 head sculpts. Yeah.
Hagnon in general is awesome, and I will buy more if it gets reissued.
Let's just take a look at some
absolutely.
of Cullun's work here.
Nikto mentioned earlier, like dyeing him. So I've seen a few people dye him blue, red. I want a rainbow.
Orange.
If they re-release him, I'm going Roy G. Biv on him. I'm gonna have one of each.
I've seen some people paint like a clear red on
Yeah.
it. It looks so good.
Yes.
The sort of
I
the
tell
orange
you-
armor.
As soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, you know what? I might need more Hagnon because that looked really, really cool.
Yeah.
With the transparent paints on it.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really cool. Did love it. We're just gonna go through some Cullun's. It's campaign season, of course, for AS5.
I've been having
so
fun with it. This is my first campaign season. I think I did make 1 or 2 posts about Hagnon last year, but I was pretty new to campaign season. Now I'm all in.
These are pretty creative, man. I gotta say, it's the news.
Fun.
It's the news with Atlas.
And I have mixed in
that's
some
tough to go
other
through some of
things.
those.
You know, it's not all Hagnon posts.
Right.
All
And your son gets
Hagnon
into
all
the too. Is your son on board with Blue Hagnon, or he doesn't care?
No, he. So we looked at the final 10, and he told me Hagnon was one of his votes.
This is my favorite one.
You said if
of
you
all
want to
time.
eat, you will
Yeah.
vote Hagnon, son.
I have
is-
not created a separate account so that he could vote too, though.
No,
No,
that seems right up your alley.
Chris.
This is the greatest thing ever right here.
That's
This is
hilarious.
fantastic. This cutout is fantastic with the stash.
Eat
The
that
porn
on a
stash.
t-shirt.
Oh, look at this.
there's the Dork Layer quotes.
Well, he's using your quotes against you.
Wow.
Yeah, that looks nice, man. I like that one. That's cool. The friendly ghost. That's great. You're working it, man. I got to tell you, you're
if
working it.
you
You're
scroll
working
back
hard.
up- Scroll back
Yep.
up to that friendly ghost one quick. Nobody's commented on this, but if Hagnon wins, I'm gonna get killed. So you got toy culprits on the gravestone right there.
There you go. That's right there.
Nice. Rip.
I mean, you're working it, man. It's I got to give you credit. You're working it hard. We'll see. Let's jump over to the. So we got 2 more days till we're gonna see who advances to the next round for the All Stars. I've seen some votes on the Cabal. I mean, I don't know if I buy those completely. Silverhorn Sentry is doing pretty well. I'm pretty happy about that. So yes. I'm gonna give it to you. Here you go. Hold it up one more time. There you go.
Uh-oh.
Hold it up one more time. There you go. That's nice. Very nice.
Screen print right there.
Very nice. I gotta say, and Bill, I even think you made this point that it is a different figure. It's not just it wouldn't be a
That's why he was the holy grail in that image I posted up earlier today. He's
The
one of a
redo.
kind right now. One of a kind.
I do understand Bill's point and many others people's point that on my shelf, I don't see him
Blue
glowing.
everywhere.
Actually, matter of fact, well, I don't know the last time I've been down here when I've actually turned the lights off myself, but
I do
don't
have
remember
this
him.
this blue guy.
Who's that?
Little clear blue boss fight figure.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that a 375?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's a boss fight figure. Here.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Hey, speaking, did you get
I
your
hope you're
skeletons
ready.
yet from Big Bad Toy Star? The blue clear skeletons?
Me?
No.
Yeah.
Did I
didn't.
order them from there?
Yeah,
no,
you dropped one off so I could grab one, I think. Remember?
Yeah, I don't. They haven't shipped yet. If I
Okay.
ordered them from there, they haven't shipped yet.
Oh, okay.
I ordered. They haven't shipped yet.
Okay. Yeah, I got the red ones a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, wait a minute. what
From
happened to
Big
those?
Bad Toy Store or from
Yep.
the other seller?
No,
Big
from
Bad
that
Toy
one
Store.
in no, I got the red ones from the place in Hong Kong, I guess.
Okay.
Cullun will give you a moment to respond.
Well, that's the Dork Layer quote that I posted up just yesterday. He is a solid blank with 3 heads and lots of accessories. You can make him what you want to do.
He does have a lot going
He-
on. I mean,
he is really good for customizing. Absolutely.
Yeah. yeah. But you know what it is? Because he doesn't have the paint on him, there's nothing to, you can prime him if you want, but you almost don't even need to prime him. I know some people don't prime some of the figures anyway, but if I'm going over a paint job, like a factory paint job, I'm going to prime it, and
Right.
it's going to take the prime a lot better than most of the painted figures. So
Yeah.
there is a point to be had there. All right, I'm in, man. I'm in for Hagnon. I'm down.
He's gotten a lot of celebrity endorsements too. CJ Jessom.
Wow. Oh, really?
Nice.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. He's come out. Nate Barsh has come out too.
I think that's got to be your next post, the celebrity.
I've done one. Walter.
You did
Elliott.
a celebrity endorsement?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Have you made a clear cape? He needs a clear cape. Like some clear soft goods would be amazing.
Just some
would be pretty sweet.
Plastic
cellophane.
bags.
Some cellophane. It's like a Ziploc.
Some holes in it. Thinking a shower liner came to mind.
There you go. There you go. So, all right. So I think that's pretty much all of our news. So, sliding into some of this stuff and the way you collect. So you're a completist. Do you have a complete set at this point?
I am a completed. Yes.
You are completed. Okay. And now you are,
which may or may not influence my voting thought process.
Of course it does.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I see your haul picks all the time on the Cabal anyway. So now are you going for round 2, or are you just like?
So we're still opening ones. So
and saving one.
My son and I kind of prolong it and try to enjoy figures as we open them. That's and cool. We also try to make sure that we don't just open the one we really want to right away. So we use a random wheel to decide which 4 we're going to open at a time.
Seriously?
And my son loves it. We're down to 9. And I'm like, we should do 3 because then we can do 3 and 3. He's like, no, we're doing 4 every time.
Oh my God.
Please tell me you have a giant wheel and that figures are actually on the wheel.
That would be awesome.
Just the names. And we do however many seconds based on how many figures we have left on the wheel. So we're down to 9 that we haven't opened. And we didn't get them all mock. I did get some like Ilgar loose.
Right.
And that's fine.
Did you work in a casino or something in the past? Is that where does this come from? Like you are the wheel master, like you're.
It's from the some of the Masters of the Universe Facebook groups.
Oh, that's right. You did some of the stuff in there. That's right. Yeah. So you've been doing this for a while, even before the Mythic Legions group. Gotcha.
Been doing wheels for a couple of years. That's why I got roped in. Michael Xavier is in one of those groups, and he said, "I'm pulling in Cullun." Because he can make this spinny thing happen, you know.
Let me tell you, man. A, it looks great, and B, you are entertaining as hell for the sometimes 40 minutes that it takes to spin a wheel and watch somebody's name come up, which is not exciting. But you make it fun. And I sit there and watch the whole damn thing, man. It's ridiculous.
It's programmed now. I'm reading the comments. I'm like, yes, Hedgehog, that is a fish tank. It's a 125-gallon tank with a snake mountain and a gray skull on the other side. You just, like this. You reach out, you engage with people, you try to make it fun, you bring up current news, because that's a lot of time to fill.
Little rhyming in there. You get the rhymes going.
In the He-Man groups, I drink a lot more beer and rhyme a lot more while I do them. I try to behave in the Cabal. But on that, there is another wheel coming up. There's one more, at least, Justin Johnson, charity fundraiser wheel. The prize is not going to be announced just yet, but I will say that it is a figure that will probably not be re-released. So there's a little teaser for you. It's already been donated by an anonymous donor, along with a couple of runner-up prizes.
So Hagnon? Is that
Ooh, ouch. So, Cullun, when did you? A two-parter. When did you complete your full set, and what 9 do you have left to open?
So I've technically I opened Ilgar for Christmas. I had gotten it a month and a half before, and tucked it away for my wife and my son to give me, and I acted very surprised and really enjoyed. Oh wow, this is the last one I needed. So late last year. I don't remember all of the last 9 off the top of my head, but Barbarian Builder, Thord, Vitus, however you want to say it.
Should be Vitus.
Borgus Familius. I got him last summer, And,
wow.
and he's just never come up. You know, we get new ones, we put them in the wheel.
That's such a cool looking figure too, man. When you take it out of the package, it's like it just, I don't know, it's an extra dimension to all that red and that weathered red. It looks great.
Juno, I'm looking forward to getting her open up. She looks very photogenic.
Yeah, for sure.
That's probably Scaphoid. He's up in the next 4.
Okay.
There's one more troll, one more dwarf. Yeah,
that's fun. And then how often do you do the open?
It's not every weekend. My son and I spend a lot of time together on the weekends. We homeschool, so my wife's with him all week. So she gets to do yard projects and stuff that she enjoys on the weekend, and I get to spend more time with my son. So it's not every weekend that we open them, but it's typically on a weekend. Sometimes we get a little busy, and it'll be 2 or 3 weeks before we open the next batch. But try to paper them.
Do you have his chores on a wheel as well? Does he have to spin a wheel to figure out if he's going to mow the lawn or clean the bathroom?
Not yet, but
it's not a bad idea.
A good idea.
Not a bad idea. So I guess I don't know if you said this already. Are you going for I keep seeing things that I think you already have that you're buying. So are you going for a box set and an open set, or
no? I'm a loose collector. I play with my toys and take pictures and set them up and enjoy them.
After you've opened, you find some that you'd love to have more of or use for pop and swaps or.
Yeah, I definitely took advantage of the reinforcements sale. That was amazing. I mean, $25 a pop for some incredible figures. A couple of them I didn't have, but I knew that they were coming in that wave. So I guess technically you could say that's when I got my last figure, but I already knew it was, going to be available. Yeah. So I think I will probably start popping and swapping a little bit more, maybe keeping some figures that way. I've done a little bit of painting.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you if you've done any customizing. Yeah,
not much beyond head painting. So here's a Von Berg one.
Cool.
That's cool.
That looks nice.
Yeah, well done.
That's very cosmic.
So I've got, this was a fun one. This was from Namai Customs. I think it was the first time he did this head in the scale. It's
that's really
it's
cool.
A Mezco scale usually.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all. That's really cool. I love that. It's very 3-0 or
yeah.
That's very cool.
I've done a couple others, but I've really only done a few. This one it felt like more of a challenge for me. I wasn't quite as excited about having to get in there in the finer details with the hair and stuff,
yeah.
I was happy with how it turned out.
Do you enjoy that? Do you enjoy that though, or is it more of like you just don't have time to get into the details of that stuff? It's just a time thing, or?
Yeah, it's mostly a time thing. So I really do have 2 drawers full of 3D parts right now. I need to set up a better workstation so I don't have to pull everything out and try to feel like I have to finish it.
Yeah. That helped me a little bit, but I still have drawers of 3D stuff that I haven't started.
So, but I do enjoy it. I just I play on Facebook and the Cabal and the He-Man groups. I drink beers and unwind at the night.
That's a good question.
They are on the top shelf. You can't see them way back there.
Okay.
Now, I in general have avoided the other Four Horsemen lines. Let me get my hand out, but it's not going to matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can zoom in that close.
They're far away.
Mm-hmm.
But the birds I got all the Metropolis birds as well.
Okay. Now, so you haven't gone down the rabbit hole of some of the other older Four Horsemen stuff. Got the Metropolis, some of the.
No, I've got the Green Mutant and a potential trade for the Red Mutant, but I'm not aggressively chasing those lines. If I find something that works out, I don't have shelf space, and there's still Cosmic coming. So
yeah. There's a couple of the Scarabus that I wouldn't mind picking up. The black one with the I think it's got a goat head. That was pretty cool when I saw that one. But they're not cheap. I did see the Green Mutant. I think Jeremy ended up picking it up at ZoloCon, and I held it in my hand and I put it back. I was like, I can't. I don't have room for the Mythic Legion stuff. So it's like, do I really want to go down that route? But some of the Scarabus stuff is pretty cool. Either you guys don't have any of those, do you? Either you guys? Yeah.
No birds, no Scarabus. No.
Yeah, I haven't gone the bird route yet. Aside from Etheron.
Yeah, I'd like him. for her.
Yeah, any of the gods and stuff would
Yeah,
be cool to have, but I don't think I need the rest of them.
So Cullun, I know, like when we talked to Brad, he kind of, shared some of his, I guess, techniques for his collecting, and getting eBay, notices at 3 a.m. and jumping up and grabbing figures. So what's been your method to get every figure you wanted?
Definitely a lot of eBay and a lot of networking. So I joined the Cabal 2 years ago this month. That was I had done Motu homage figures for quite a while, only exclusively, and then I started getting on trolls, and then I just said I'm going in. I'll go ahead and join the Cabal, because I was trying to watch my Facebook time and with the He-Man groups and the mixed toy groups, and so I finally made the plunge. No regrets, obviously. Right. But once I decided I was getting all the figures, I joined any Mythic Legions group I could find, just to get those deals popping up in my feed. So yeah, eBay, Big Bad Toy Store, a lot of dropped inventory. My first all-in order was after the Aether wave, because it was less than 2 years ago. So I picked up a lot of stuff through Big Bad Toy Store drops. Yeah,
2 years seems like a lot, but like when you're talking about this stuff, it's like, I just missed out on Aether, you know what I mean? And it's like, wow, that was 2 years ago.
It's so crazy to think that Aether went up for pre-order pre-COVID. And then it feels like it's brand new.
Yeah, it does.
That was 2 G-Cons ago.
Summer 2019. It's wild.
It was crazy. Yeah.
My son likes making checklists too for the toys. So when we made the original Mythic Legions checklist, after we decided we were all in, I think there were 100 figures or more that I needed still. And just as they came in, we took them off the list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I want to be complete. I guess I'm just feeling, I don't know. I'm taking it slow. I'm getting there, but I'm taking it slow. Yeah, you guys are killing me though. You and some of the other guys that are like completists and like have only been in here, they're like 2 years, are killing me. Damn,
there's a few guys who have only been busy for like 6 to 9 months who are really making some big snags.
And listen, like I'm plunking down some money, for an Otho, and we had a trade a little while ago that was mutually beneficial for both of us, but I don't want to necessarily shell out, $400 or $500 for everything. I'm waiting to see if anything comes out with these all-stars and things like that. But now I lost out on what's his name? It was the red skeleton, Clavian.
Yeah, Clavian.
And that was a bummer. But that was a long shot. I knew nobody was going to go for that. First of all, most people don't like the skeletons. Second of all, nobody wants a red skeleton. So, Master of the Universe Classics, you were talking about that earlier. Is that how you got into Mythic Legions?
Yeah, it was the homage figures. So in one of the raffle groups, I won an Atomon because there's enough crossover there that even though it's a masters group, we toss those in sometimes.
Yeah.
And I've actually got a friend who won a Chrono off me a couple weeks ago, and now he's bought a Scaphoid. We're talking all the time. I'm telling him ISS tips. It is so slope.
It is so easy, man. It's so easy just to send something to somebody or just talk them into like, just buy this one. Here's you buy it from the Four Horsemen. It's $27. Just open it up. Just open it up. Just open it up, play with it, and they're in, man. They're in. So many people have done that too. It's unbelievable. And it's exactly what happened to me. First time I opened one, I was like, "This is it, man. This is all I want is this stuff." It's incredible. Just quickly, just a side note, guys, hit the like if you don't mind. If you're in here, we got 56 people in here now. I think we had like 60 earlier. So hit the like, it helps us out. Leave a comment after if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. All right, onward. Oh yeah, here we go. What do we got? Nice.
I tried to pull a few out, so I'm up to about 40 test shots, I think.
Wow, that was going to be my next Wow.
So again, getting towards the end of the Mythic Legions line, I had the 2 troll test shots, and I snagged a couple other test shots. People found out I was getting into them. They reached out. They had a few 2.0s that were just sitting in a drawer.
Wow.
All of a sudden, I've got 20, 30, 40. I will buy them if they are fairly priced. There's not one that I would say no way I'm not going to buy it. But I will be a little more particular about pricing on them than I was on maybe a few of the Legions. But I did deal hunt. I came out okay.
Yeah, it's offered test shots for every figure.
No, there's actually, so we made a list last weekend, I think, or maybe the weekend before. There was a good post in the Cabal that listed out about a dozen figures that they had not made test shots for. Unkin comes to mind as one of them, but there were a few others. Yeah, I think the 1.5 wave maybe.
I mean, technically, you could make those from other parts if you had.
It's crossed my mind.
Yeah, right.
A Furio CAD. Yeah.
That's one of the things about test shots that I somebody had messaged me and said, would you rather have a Rhaegor test shot or a Belphegor test shot? And the choice is easy. I would much rather have a Belphegor test shot than a Rhaegor test shot, because essentially a Rhaegor test shot has parts that are available in other test shots. Like everything on Rhaegor is available in other test shots. And absolutely. For something like Thistlethorn, well, I guess Thistlethorn's head has now been done again too, but
this is Mephitor and Thistlethorn.
Okay, so
there you go.
Are they different shades, like the newer ones that just came out? Like, I feel like they're darker. It
looks maybe a smidge darker, yeah. Trying to keep this in there, but it
actually does, doesn't it? We were just talking about this before the show, and all mine are pretty much the same. I only have 3, but they're from different waves, and they're all pretty much the same gray. Although maybe
what I have,
maybe Delphina's a little bit lighter. I'm not sure.
Max Polo could answer that.
So on the parts reuse though that you mentioned, it is more noticeable for sure on test sculpts, but it also sometimes brings out more detail than you can tell with the painted ones. I didn't bring them out, but on Malachi and Lord Aiden, to me, I look at the painted ones from a little ways away on my shelf. They look very similar head sculpts, but you look at the test shots up close, and it just, you see the differences more.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. So, like, we kind of jumped into the main subject of the show. And hey, Maz, how's it going, man? Thanks for coming on. But this is a test shot, and everything that Cullun's been showing you is a test shot. And the Belphegor that Nate had is a test shot. So these are basically what happens when, if you've been watching any of the Four Horsemen, 4 o'clock Horsemen stuff, they showed the fine cuts for the Cosmic Legions a couple of weeks ago, and those kind of come in pieces. They can put them together, but it's for them to examine each piece and make sure that they're all, looking right. They can fit them together so that they make sure that they actually do work. But then the next step of that is to order a bunch of unpainted test shots to see the figure in its full form, be able to move it around. This is an actual, it's a production figure. It's just not painted. So, they would get these things all the time. And they told the story of it, I think, on a couple of shows ago that, or maybe it was on Jeremy's show that he was talking about it. They just said, I wonder if people would be interested in these things. And I don't know if they threw it out to people or if they just put them up, and people were definitely interested in them. And they're rare. So there may only be a dozen of these out there. They don't get a lot of them, and they don't make them now specifically to sell them as, for test shots. They actually do use them to make sure that the figures are ready for production.
So Eric put this in the comments, but in the earlier waves, what we've heard is that there were 10. In the November 2020 wave, they said there were 20. They didn't say this time that I've seen anywhere.
Yeah.
I feel like
there couldn't have been many. Go ahead, Bill. Sorry.
I feel like there was almost a little bit of a slip up from Chris in the latest, where he goes, well, there's only 20 of these, and he was he was making reference to the current test shots, and he said the number 20, and he goes, or maybe 30 or maybe 40, and like he kind of like trailed off with some other numbers, and I was like, I'm pretty sure it's 20.
Yeah.
We won't know though. I don't think they're going to tell us because they haven't yet.
Yeah, and they did give some away at Legions Con. So was there only 19 or 18 of that one at the sale then,
right.
or were there 20 still? Did they plan on giving a couple away?
Yep.
That might factor into why they don't want to say, because they don't want to say we're selling 20 or there were 20 and then they only really have 15 for sale and maybe 12 of this other one or whatever.
It gets to that Mezco thing where Mezco won't say like what their production level is. I mean, not that this is an actual figure, but it's like, it's kind of a mystery as to how many are actually out there. So you're not saying it's one of 20 when you're selling it on eBay or whatever, or one of 10. You just don't know. And they probably, honestly, going back to when they started putting these out, they probably don't have a record of how many they had from the earlier waves, you know what I mean, that they actually gave out. So, just keep that tradition going. But they, there's something about them. They're fun. I've tended to just get the ones that, are kind of like based on my favorite figures. I did try for Arethyr, but it didn't happen. I would have maybe liked to have had like all the sort of the big Four Horsemen gods, but you know what? It's just fun to have them. They're not something that I really need a lot of, but they are cool to look at. I mean, they're $60 to what, $100 a piece for the bigger ones.
They're really cool to look at, and I was actually a little surprised to find out. I mean, I'd heard obviously they're just like a figure, but they're unpainted. But I didn't expect them to feel or move like the regular release. But that's exactly what they are. I mean,
this is what they are. They're literally the same. This is the figure. This is a production figure. This is what's going to go out. It's just an unpainted version of it. It's meant for them to get it, test that the movement's right, test that the pieces are interacting the right way together, fitting, all that stuff. I mean, especially with new parts, when you got new parts and stuff like that, you gotta check that out. Make sure it's. I mean, at that point, they've had the fine cuts and things like that. They know it's going to work. It's just a final test before they say, pull the trigger and say go. Start painting these things up.
So we talked earlier about that. Not all of them came with the soft goods. So this is King Noglin. He does. I love this little dagger.
I know, right?
But he did not come with his cape.
Okay.
One thing that was a little different that I enjoy is on Gonks. He's got this silver on the chain.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, because Hadriana's is gray. That's interesting. I wonder if that wasn't the character, right? I mean, hers was, because that's a gray chain too, and it's metal. I mean, it's not a plastic chain, so I don't know if they just painted it that way. Well, I was saying beforehand, I don't think I said this on the show, but maybe I did. I'm tired. But I'm hoping to find some material with the gray, like the fur and the gray cape, so that I could kind of have them look like they're completely, test shoddy on the shelf.
So Curtis went in on the grays here, on the gray shades. He didn't know if these ones would be darker or not.
Curtis was asking if they move a little better without the paint. They're still tough sometimes. So like I've had to heat a few of them, and I definitely being careful with them.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like I can't. Like I probably won't be popping and swapping them. I just
there's
something to
them.
That's
even
though
they're
the same.
Yeah. I mean, the popping and swapping, it depends on how you do it. If you heat it up enough and everything, it doesn't really loosen it. I don't find it really loosens the joints, but you never know. Gotta handle my metaphor more, but this forms felt like hard plastic than is normally. Okay. I mean, that could be the case too. You know what I mean? You never know. Usually these, I think, unless, Joe maybe can back me up on this. I mean, at this point, he knows more. But I think this is the plastic that they're going to go forward with in production on these things. But you never know when something, who knows? Maybe they use something different. I don't know how these are produced. I think these are produced using the dyes. They're not 3D printed. So they should all be the same plastic.
If anything, my Belphegor's pauldrons felt a little lighter or softer, but
okay,
he felt exactly the same.
Interesting. Yeah, that'd be interesting to find out if these things come back and they do make any changes, or if it's just the way it's pulled from the die or the plastic that's being used. Yeah, you're right. I mean, sometimes these pauldrons are pretty solid. Yeah, it feels like the same plastic to me.
Joe says it's the same.
It is the same. Yeah.
I think some of the differences may come from the pieces that have paint on them. They just might feel a little different, like it almost might feel like it has a bit of a shell on it.
Yeah.
A painted piece. Right. And then some pieces are painted in different ways. So they might all across the different figures just feel a little bit different.
Yeah. Right. This is going to go and pull up, I think Cullun had some Cullun stuff, so we can take a look at some of Cullen's picks here. I'm zoomed in here, but so this is the collection so far. These guys, all this.
That was the last 2 weeks.
Wow.
It's cool when you see them in a group like that. Too.
It really is, man. I mean, look at that. That looks really pretty damn cool. I like Thump. Thump is one I wouldn't mind having, actually.
I think I'm gonna try to prioritize getting all the goblins because I have 4 or 5 right now.
Okay.
And the Motu homage figures because that's what wrote me into the line. But I can't pick favorites. I love Hagnon, but I can't tell you he's my favorite. I've got 20 or 30 that I just love for sure.
Do you think are you on the road to getting all of these that are available?
I think the odds are low that it will ultimately pan out. Just given the scarcity.
You don't think it will happen and you'll be able to get them?
I won't be paying $500 for
not for the price that you want to pay. Yeah, okay.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, they're out there if you're willing to pay, but I'm gonna keep deal hunting. And
I do find that though it is like a very it's something that people might buy them, they're not into. I mean, yes, if you go on and look at eBay prices, you'd think you could probably get $250, $300 for something. Well, whether or not it sells for that is another thing. And if you're in the Cabal, maybe I think what I'm getting at is I think there's bargains to be had if you're looking for some of these things. You're not going to pay what you would have gotten it from in last week's sale, but $100 for a $60 figure, maybe it's not too bad, I would say, if you really want a test shot. Once it gets into the $300 and $400 and $500, it's a little crazy, and that's why I think that Aerith here himself went like that, because I have a feeling that's something that people would pay that much money for. Not Hadriana.
Like you said earlier, everybody would love to have the 4 Horsemen test shots, right?
It would be cool.
That's the demand. Yeah,
I'm going for the box sets. And I'll be happy with that if I can get all 4 of those. And now, after having secured an Aerithir one, knowing that they're coming out like that, because when Aerithir came out, most people, nobody, I don't think, knew that it was going to be a box set if you bought the pair. And then everybody was like, oh, wait a minute, I want that box. So now I want all the boxes for those. So I'll be happy with that. I don't need all the test shots. It would be cool, though. Got an Aerithir and popped him at the waist to put the belts around his chest. I also blow dried his wings extensively to bend them back to normal since their mission. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can do that too. Like there's a lot of times when I've gotten something that's a little like especially one of the staffs that's a little bent or something from heat. Spawn Dark Redeemer wings on Belfgor. Cool. Yeah, maybe someday we'll do a pop and swap thing that's wide open. You know what I mean? We just want to give it some parameters so that everybody's sort of on an equal footing. But maybe we'll do something
or like specifically cross line.
Yeah, you have to use something.
You have
from a
to
different
bring
line
something in from another toy line. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Cosmic and Mythic.
Yeah. Well, I think that's going to be part of Pop and Swap going forward next year. I mean, as soon as Cosmic comes out, I think it's going to be all no bars in terms of what you want to use. Well, maybe we'll keep the same rules though, so people understand it. It's taken a while for people to really.
It's kind of amazing how Mezco swaps, especially the heads. The Mezco heads, you can a lot of them. You can pop out the insert inside the head that makes it stick on a Gomez body, and pull that thing out, and it's a perfect fit on a 1.0 Legion.
Really?
Yeah.
Real? Oh, really? On a Legion? Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Because I've found a problem swapping Mezco heads between each other, because there's different neck sizes and things like that, and different openings.
Yeah,
That's
but like there's a certain one, like most of the Gomez heads in the Rumble Society heads have this like this insert inside. And I discovered it on the skulls, the bags of skulls. And yeah, a lot of them have that insert that you can pull right out, and then it fits.
I got that 4-pack of neon skulls. It's the first time I bought something from Mezco with the actual like eyeballs inside the sockets. And then I saw somebody post that up on Instagram about the inner lining and just heating it up and kind of prying it out. And I'm definitely looking forward to doing that.
I would try it on a different. I would try it on maybe like if you had another bag of skulls first, or maybe I'll send you one, because you should try it on something else first, because those heads, I feel like the paint on those is like, I wouldn't like want to handle those ones too much if you don't know what you're doing yet with the pulling the insert out.
I got the first set of those candy colored skulls, and you can take like there's pins that have like the round end on them, like a placement pin on a map or something like that, and that's just about the same size as that eye, and you can literally just stick those into those, and you've got the eyeball skull.
Oh, that's clever.
It looks the same damn.
Nice.
It looks like the same damn thing. It's pretty cool. So that's why I haven't bought any of those other ones, because I've got a whole tray of them right now that I'm not even using. So I got a lot of Mezcos I got to open. Pablo, but that's the fun though. You gotta try and make it with 3 figures. I know 4 is like, it's like that. Oh, if I just have that 4th one, but that's the point. That's the point. There you go.
I know which one he's talking about. What the heck was it?
Was it a Toylanta? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know what it was? It was a buzz off. It was a custom buzz. It was a Mythic Legions buzz off
from Motu Dubes.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what it was. That's my guess, is if it was at Toylanta. That one.
Yeah. The insert works for Legions too. My golden skull now has a Legion builder skull with a tight fit. Oh, cool. There you go. Nice. Vitarius in purple. That I saw that one. That did look good. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, me too, man. I really wanted to go. It looked really cool. I just couldn't swing going down to Atlanta for a day or two just to go to another toy show. I got a lot of toy shows I've been to lately, and more coming up. So you got everything in that room with you at this point, or is there stuff? Can you display everything at this point?
I have, so this room is my office.
Okay.
It was a master bedroom, but we moved that upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of radon in the Midwest, stuff like that, so we didn't want to be in the basement. And my son's room's upstairs too. And so there's kind of a master closet on the other side of that He-Man blanket. I just draped it there because there's not a door.
Okay.
That had built-in shelving. So that's all my classics. And then there's another room in the basement after that where I've got the test shots and a vintage Eternia playset.
Oh, wow.
Bunch of stuff. I've got in the bathroom downstairs. I've got, some He-Man Soakies, Ninja Turtle Soakies, some of my vintage Ninja Turtle toys. And then upstairs, we've kept it pretty tame, but we do have the vintage He-Man puzzles, books, audio cassettes, some of that stuff. Yeah.
So where's your wife?
Oops.
My wife is not into collecting, but she tolerates tolerant. Yeah, she's very tolerant and supportive of it, and it's something me and my son do together a lot. So
that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. That's great. Sorry, Nate.
Where in the Midwest are you? You said Midwest.
Yeah, I'm Kansas City area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
gotcha. I don't know about this. I gotta tell you, like, I took one apart to dye it, and boy, I never want to put together another horse ever. It was really hard. Yeah, that was difficult. Even heating it up, it was tricky.
Look at that.
Oh, look at this.
That's a good segue.
Look at this guy.
Did you win that at?
That's cool.
No, I haven't won any test shots. This one I actually got basically near retail from a guy a few hours away from me. He was selling a big lot of Mythic Legions.
Wow.
I bought him.
Oh,
He
wow.
asked if I was interested. I said, okay. So this was one of the earlier test shots I got as well. Yep.
That's really cool. That's one I would want. That's something I'd want is a horse for sure. Next time around, maybe with a Lithia or something, I'll pick that up. They got to be coming out with another horse pretty soon.
Oh, sure.
Just a regular horse. You know what I mean? Are we anybody going to PowerCon? I don't think I am. I don't know. Maybe. Not a big. You're a big Motu guy. Do you ever think about swinging out there? Or
I went to PowerCon the year before COVID out in California.
Mhm.
It's moving to Ohio this year. I might. I don't.
Right.
I don't know if I do both PowerCon and Legions Con, and I've never been to Legions Con before.
Oh, you got to go to Legions Con, man.
So
yeah, you got to come.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of friends in the Motu groups. It's been a lot of fun. Meeting up with them, and now a lot of friends in the Cabal and different Mythic Legions groups. So it's
right.
One of the best parts about collecting is getting to meet everybody and hang out with people, whether it's online or finally, eventually in person. Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be great, man. Can't wait to see you there. Can't wait to see you at intern for a day. Now the big questions here. Favorite Kansas City barbecue place?
Because Curtis is over in St. Louis. I'm not a connoisseur. So I like a lot of them. I'm not, it's got to be Oklahoma Joe's, which is now called Kansas Joe's, which is on Anthony Bourdeaux's 10 places to eat before you die. I mean, there's Kansas City barbecue is definitely well known. There's a ton of quality ones, and yeah, I'm fine.
I think that's the same attitude that most people in like Philadelphia have about cheesesteaks. You know what I mean? It's like everybody's got their own, but it's like most of the people there are like, yeah, there's good ones all over the place. You don't have to go to Tony's.
Pablo, we look forward to meeting you too.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, that's gonna be great. I don't know, Bill, you'd be the one to answer that. Have you noticed a slight height increase?
I was thinking about that question, and I wonder if it comes from the length of the peg that connects the torso to the hips, because sometimes I've had ones where the armor sits a little higher up,
True.
And it's like the upper torso is a little bit of space between that upper torso and the skirt once you get it all together. And I wonder if that's what you're seeing is like some differences in that. Other than that, I don't really know about the hip piece necessarily.
Yeah, you're onto something there because I think it may be the thickness of that middle piece, the skirt piece.
He's got a little bit of waist gap too. Kind of what you're describing here.
Mm-hmm.
But what you're saying makes sense, Bill. I mean, I know they make them to fit, that space, but there are some that have gotten a little bit bigger, and they may be increasing the size. That'd be an easy thing to increase the size of, is that peg. Just make it a little bit taller so that it sits just a little bit higher, because the skirt piece is a little bit thicker, so they need a little more room.
Right.
That's possible. I haven't put them up against each other, so I don't know. Not really sure.
I'll be paying attention going forward, though, to take a look and see if I notice anything.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Great question.
And Jack Stacks is really good.
Yeah, definitely quality. But you can rattle off 10, 20 places pretty easy. Yeah.
Damn, I'm getting
hungry. I know. Damn. I didn't have much for dinner either, man. It's half the reason I'm tired. Curtis says I've had to put some blue tack under the skirt piece to fix gap issues. Oh, really? In a custom or just in your standard figure? Because I've had to do that for customs a little bit when swapping parts. In fact, I'm still not sure that this. I was just doing a torso with a. Who is this? Krona. I think this is a Krona torso that I painted red for the.
Wow.
And it doesn't quite sit, and I don't know if it's just a matter of I gotta heat this up, but it's not sitting fully on this peg. I probably just have to heat it up. But
that looks awesome though. The sculpt looks great too.
Yeah, I'm all about the Fury Arcs, man. I just got to hook up with somebody on the Cabal for another one, and bought one from Ami, which I hope is real. It comes through. We'll see.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, Joe told me this. Yeah, plumbing gaskets. Yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Seem a little thick, though. I don't know. I guess it depends. Hey, Nick, though. Thanks, man. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it.
We're not Peace.
We're wrapping up pretty soon here too. It's almost 11 o'clock. I don't want to keep everybody up.
Nick
But
like Harrison Ford too. Do you notice that?
Oh yeah, look at that. He does.
Crazy.
It's uncanny. So Cullun, so how long do you see yourself doing this? Is this just something? I know your kid's in it, which is a great excuse for you. I don't have that excuse. like I think about it all the time. Like, how long am I going to do this? Like, is it a matter of space? Is it a matter of, interest? Do you think, or is it just something you just enjoy and you're just going to do it? And
yeah, I definitely I enjoy the hunt, which is why kind of once you complete something, I think also when the classics line and Club Grayskull lines ended, that lack of a Masters line helped push me into Mythic Legions as well.
Right.
Now Cosmic and test shots, although not as much hunting with Cosmic now that I'm at the pre-order point. But
right, you're on top of that one.
I really enjoy taking pictures and just busting them out, being creative. My pictures aren't as perfect lighting. I use my phone for all my pictures. I don't have a nice camera. I just come up with a fun idea and roll with it.
Dios, man, you got to get yourself some more dios.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
Your next investment.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's your next investment.
Yeah, I got
tricks and then the customizing, and then you get into painting. It opens up a whole new worlds to collecting.
Mm-hmm. It really does.
Keeps it going for sure.
Keeps me in the basement is what it does.
Right.
Constantly. Good Lord.
So yeah, I don't see it ending. Unless there's a financial calamity or something.
Yeah. It is interesting. Like the hunt is it's more fun with this stuff. I think I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just because of the you're kind of going back, and it's like it's not like a matter of like people. I think that's what it is. Like you talk about Marvel Legends or like some other Hasbro stuff. It's like somebody's grabbed them all off the shelf and they're all on eBay. Now you could go and pay $20 extra and buy it on eBay, but the idea is like I want to go out to and see if I can find it in the wild. But with this, it's more like you're not going anywhere. Nobody grabbed them. That you're just late to the game, and like you got to kind of go back and find your grails and pick and choose and try and make a deal and
actually
take something you've got doubles of so that you have some trade bait later on for something else. It's kind of fun, man. That's why I kind of think I'm taking it slow, because it is almost kind of fun to get the best deal you can get on a figure.
With the
phase in this line.
With the newer stuff, like you were talking about, somebody can just buy them up on the shelves. I collect the She-Ra as well with the He-Man stuff, and we were doing the new 12-inch ones from the DreamWorks show. Yeah, I was, we're in Kansas City. I could go to 4 Targets in a half an hour, and I was driving all over and just nothing. And I didn't enjoy that. I love stumbling across something vintage at an antique store, but not just driving to retail stores. And
that's the same thing with me, man. I don't find that part of the hunt fun at all. I don't have time to go to a Target at 8 a.m. in the morning and wait outside like a creep to get in, go right directly to the toy department. But I'm not going to say that I haven't done it, but it's just not fun, only to find out that's empty-handed and they're not out or whatever. It's a lot of work. That's what I tell people all the time. It's like, well, how do you, it's the same thing we say all the time. How do you get into this? Like, get into a pre-order, and you have a month. You've got a month usually to pre-order these things. You can't beat it, man. You can't beat getting into this line. As long as don't have to be a completist right away anyway. It's the easiest thing to get into and get what you want.
Yeah. I think the hardest part is for people to have the long-term kind of vision with the line, where it's like you can't really jump into it and hope to get a bunch of figures right now. Like maybe get a couple, because they're a little more expensive when they're already out. But you have to really kind of like, maybe get a couple and be okay with having 2 or 3 for a year. Yeah. And then once you start having those pre-orders roll in and you keep pre-ordering, then you're in it and you're just getting the figures very regularly, very frequently.
Yeah. Well, it's just like,
I think it's a
he's just doing that same thing right now.
Yeah, I think it's a great line for that, actually. You know what I mean? Because there's
more.
so much other stuff that I collect that I just like, oh, I gotta have that, and I gotta grab it. And you know, it's kind of nice with this stuff that it's paced out. You know what you're gonna get. You know it's gonna be, you know, 6 to 8 months before you get it. I mean, once you get into it, like a you know, a cycle, and you're getting them as you're putting in your next order for, you know, the next All Stars or the next wave of whatever, you're gonna have them coming pretty regularly.
Once
you know,
once they
every
start hitting,
quarter at least.
you're like, there's enough to keep you busy. Where it's like, I can't even imagine like Cullun, like you or these other guys who are going back and have the time and the energy and the funds and the budget and the planning to go backwards. Like I can barely keep up going forward. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a lot still.
Yeah,
it is a lot.
Look what we've got just this year. I mean, in 12 days, we've got this new Cosmic figure. Then we're going to see this All-Stars 5 waves. What's coming out with that?
Yeah.
And it's going to be definitely the next wave of Cosmic. And I mean, it's just never ending. So
I don't know where any of this stuff is going. Like, I'm looking at my shelves right now. Like I have to, I've been, you know, weeding things out, and I've made the determination that I'm going to sell a couple of lines, like my Walking Dead stuff and things like that. But I got to have more room, man. I'm not even thinking of the Cosmic, and then the size of these figures. Right. You know what I mean? The size of Slog and the size of some of the, you know, you've got even bigger figures with the brute size on a regular basis, and horses. My God, the horses. It's
Alder, the mooses, not
the
just
moose.
Yeah, the moose can be
that's going to be amazing.
That span alone of the horns is going to be like, where am I going to put this thing? It's it's a little, it's nuts, but it's so much fun, man. It's definitely my favorite line, and I would easily sell off or stick in a box many other lines just to find more room, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing.
That seems to be a consistent thread. There are posts all the time in the Cabal about people getting out all these other lines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. We said, oh, sorry, I just took somebody's. What was that? I'm purging myself. Shit, exactly. Yep. It does inspire a lot more loyalty, and I think once it's the same thing as opening up the figure. I think once you get into it, once you get in the community, and once you realize that you don't have to get up at 8 a.m. to get to Target to get that, or Walmart to get that exclusive, or go there day after day, it's nice. You know what I mean? And it's
no, that's me. Sorry, train.
That's nice. So it's I think once people get into it, that's another aspect that I think people enjoy about it. It's just great, man. Anybody who's watching who's not into it, just go pick up the figure.
I'm with you, Joe. Kicking them right out.
I had to mute once earlier. I live near an old downtown Main Street that's like 3 blocks of old businesses, and there's train tracks, and then there's like a couple miles of parks right on the other side by the Missouri River.
Beautiful.
So it's a lot of fun to go walk around and stuff, but the train is annoying.
That's a nice sounding train though. That's not like a commuter train. That just sounds like that's beautiful.
Yeah. Sometimes they lay it on. I mean, sometimes it's nice. Sometimes when the windows are open and they're laying it on, it's a bit.
All right. I have a feeling I know what you're going to say about this, but any final words, Cullun, before we sign off here? Anything you want to say? Anything you want to like encourage people to do? I
think everybody already knows. But beyond voting for Blue Hagnon.
Wait, what?
The very, very first unique figure in an All-Stars wave. The only one that's not just a straight re-release.
True.
Follow me on Instagram or on Facebook at Toy Culprits. Definitely appreciate that and the engagement that I get on, whether it's sharing something in the Cabal or the Instagram. I've been on Instagram maybe 3 years now. I redid my account about a year and a half ago, shifting away from just Motu to more inclusive of everything.
So Toy Culprits is that's kind of your area for your toy stuff. That's just like it's you, but is there any other meaning to that? Are you trying to, like, I know you've got a Facebook sort of page. That's not a group, is it? Is it a group? Or is
It's
it
just a page, yeah.
It's just a page. Okay.
Just
so that's just your personal
off
thing to
Instagram,
dump
basically.
your photos and anything else that you want to put up there. Yeah. So definitely check that out. You can see all of Cullun's Hagnon.
They're not all on Instagram yet. But...
well, it doesn't really do much good on Instagram necessarily. I mean, it's a wider audience. You got a tighter audience on Facebook on the Cabal.
Well, I mean, but again, we talk about this with the polls. The Cabal has their version, but there's a lot of new collectors not in the Cabal.
You are
that
correct.
Influence the vote. I think it's going to be, I think Ilgar seems like he's going to run away with it, but after that, there's quite a few people in the running.
Yeah.
Romulus.
I did my Romulus review. I tried to strategically time it. That's nice.
Yeah. Damn it. Look at you. You're trying to bring one up. Yeah, I think Romulus is going to run away with it. I hope the Silverhome Sentry comes in second or third.
Same.
I think Ilgar is going to be in there, and then I don't know, man. It's a wide open after that. I don't know. I mean, there was a lot of Azar people, really but what was your fourth?
I have 4 that I really want.
Yeah,
it's basically those top 4. So it's Romulus, Silverhorn Sentry, the Azar, and then what was the other one?
Ilgar, probably.
Yeah, Ilgar. Like, so those kind of like the top 4 are like my top 4. And it's weird because I have Romulus, but I want Romulus more than anything else because it's, to me, in my opinion, it's the best figure of the bunch. And that's why I want it.
It is a cool figure, man. I mean, having it, like, it's like one of those things where you just want to, I want something I don't have, but it is a great figure. And I do, you know what? I do want to see people get it because it is a great figure. So I'm kind of at that point where I'm like, I've got a lot of stuff. It'd be nice for people who came into this to get like a really cool figure like that. Although there's a lot of cool figures. I mean, I thought Clavian was a cool figure, but whatever.
Yeah, we'll definitely be happy with whatever we get.
Yep, I'll buy every single one.
Oh yeah, for sure,
for sure,
for sure. I mean, even Azar, right? Azar, I don't have Azar, so I'd be happy to get Azar because it is a figure I doesn't really float my boat as much as some of the other ones, but I'd be happy to have it. So,
so with some of the ones like Curtis mentioned, Gorthok wasn't available on the vote at all. With some of those like Otho, where they're probably going to be doing a 2.0. Or even with the existing, Gorgo Attila that we have out there, if you don't have the original in your collection, are you going to try to get both? Or are you happy just having the new upgraded model?
Me personally, I want both. But I'm glad that they're doing it because, I mean, Attila looks great. Gorgo looks, there's a lot of nice upgrades to that one. I wouldn't say it's drastically different from the original, but it does look, it's sharp looking. So like, it's great that people can get that. And I like the idea of that. And we've talked about this before on the show. I guarantee that they're going to do a 2.0 Otho, probably a 2.0 Gideon Heavens brand, you know what I mean? Things like that, which I'll be happy to have and won't, have to go out and get the originals, but eventually somewhere down the line, even if it's years from now, I would like to have them all. So yeah, I just like having the 1.0 just to have the 1.0, just to have it on the shelf at this point. It's really the only line I think I'm a completist for anywhere, like for any line. I just don't.
Do you have
it's the only thing I really want to. I've never had that inclination. What's that?
The weapons packs?
The weapons packs are not everything that I have. I don't have everything weapons pack wise, but I think I could get those. Again, it's like, I mean, except for that, the Kickstarter one, right? With the Aether Blade that originally came out that was like $250 now or something like that.
I'm missing the early in Soul Spiller Club. I have the shield, but not the club. Those have been hard to track down.
Yeah, interesting. Did those come in like a pack like they do now, or they were just loose in a bag?
I think they were individually bagged.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think I'd get that nuts with it. If I could find those, and if I was inclined to like pay whatever it was, I at the time, maybe that's last on the list. You know, I'd like to get some of the figures. Just like to get some of the figures I don't have. You know, if they did come out with a 2.0 Gideon again, I'd be happy with that on the shelf, and then like not be as inclined to shell out, you know, $350 for a 1.0 Gideon. But eventually, if I found a deal on it, I'd want it.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do weapons packs, and then they did the ISS where they redid all the, I think it was Advent of Decay weapon packs, and so I was able to get most of them, and then I was
nice.
Like, now I need the rest.
It kills me because when I first started going to ToyCon New Jersey, probably for maybe 5 years ago, maybe I don't know, something like that. They had the weapons pack there. They had them on the table. They were sitting there. Could have grabbed them. You know, so many things now that I look back and go, oh my God, I should have grabbed more. Yeah, I don't know about this, man. I'm not really sure. And I'm not saying anything that I don't know, that I don't know about that. I mean,
I feel like they
be a mystery to me too, so I don't know.
Yeah, I thought they said that it wasn't time yet.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think Eric said that.
Okay, so if that's been already out there, I will say that I didn't see it. So, you know, generally that means it's probably not there. All right, guys, 11:16. We've gone long. I appreciate you coming on, Cullun, sitting with us. This is really cool. Test shots, man. They're interesting. Go on the Cabal if you're watching this later. I think everybody here that I've seen is in the Cabal. We get a lot of people from there, but if you're watching this later, join the Cabal on Facebook, man. It's a great group, and learn about the test shots. Take a look at Cullun's picks. They're gone now. They go fast, but they're always up for trade. You know, people are up selling them every once in a while. But it's interesting to read about them. You can also go on to mythiclegions.com, and there are blog posts there about test shots and about a lot of other things. Learning if you're doing popping and swapping, there's some tips there. Learning about the 1.0 figures, the 2.0 figures, and all that stuff. It's a wealth of information. So definitely check that out. Definitely hit the like button. Thank you very much, Nate. Again, Dave, thank you very much for the t-shirts. Those are going to be cool. Can't wait for them to see them.
Yeah, thanks.
Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're going to be doing our 1,000 subscriber show in the next couple weeks, and giving away the Loom Cube. So I'm still keeping it open for people to leave comments. If you leave a comment, you're still entered in. So until we give 2 more days, until the minute we give it away, you can be entered. Maybe not the minute. Maybe before the last show. And that's it. So check it out. We got some other videos on here. Some shoot and review stuff that I'm trying to do some more of. I just got Ahsoka Tano in the other day. So
beautiful.
I'm in the middle of shooting some stuff for Legions, so that's all taking up my table space, but I'm going to try and do a shoot and review with that quickly after that, if I can get that done soon. So look for that. Bill, where can we check you out, and what do you got coming up?
So I just put out my Mezco Atticus Doom video, so check that one out. It just went up today. And the next thing I'm working on is I'm doing a top 10 Legions that I'm looking forward to. And I'm going to go through sort of all of the upcoming waves and the figures I'm most looking forward to coming out in the next year and a half or whatever.
Cool.
Great
video.
Just hang on. Don't go away. There we go. Okay. Nate, what do you got going on, man?
Just posted up.
Jump over onto your. Look at this. I love this shot. This shot is great, man. Now, what is this? Explain this.
So that's a head painted by Nikki and Nicole.
Cool.
And
the pauldrons are insane.
Yeah, the pauldrons and sort of that new kind of neck piece with that skull there was from a 1/6. God, what's that line?
1/6?
Yeah.
Wow.
They do a lot of fantasy, a lot of female figures. Oh my God, I can't believe I can't think of it right now.
Oh, the Fison, the
yeah,
Fison
that's what the bodies are. But what's the oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Not TCB.
TB League.
TB League.
TB League.
Yes, that's what that's from.
Wow, interesting.
And yeah, great weapon, that lance from our buddy Steph with Detour Customs. Of course, that's
killer.
Yeah.
What horse is this? Is this one of the Lord of the Rings horses, or
no? That's a McFarlane Spawn.
Oh, I haven't gotten that. Oh, the Spawn horse. Right. Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
from that line. Yeah,
very cool. Yeah, so go check out Nate over on Instagram. Cool stuff like this. Lots of Legions. Some Mezca. Oh, look at this. How did I miss this one? Instagram is screwing me with the algorithm these days, man.
Yeah. I know.
How's the myth and fantasy stuff still going pretty well?
Yep, we just did our third in that. This chapter 3 was today or last night. So we do 3 a month and then take 1 week off, which is this coming weekend, and then we'll get into chapter 4 in April. Yeah,
so if you're doing toy photography, definitely tag it Myth and Fantasy Toy Pick. I think it's still open to anybody who's even not doing the sort of storyline, right? I mean, you can still go and post
absolutely. Use the hashtag whenever you post something mythic. Definitely.
That's beautiful.
If you want to get in on the sort of the theme, the monthly theme, then
this head sculpt is gorgeous. Man,
that's really cool. I hadn't seen that shot.
No, that's a really nice shot. And Cullun, you're over on Instagram as well. Let's go to Toy Culprits. Follow Cullun. Jeez, maybe I should follow Cullun. Sorry, Cullun. See, there you go. You got some Hagnon stuff.
Yeah, I slipped a couple on.
That's funny.
Well, and there's usually, some of them I try to give some thought to as well. So Delphina, Hagnon came from Atheron. Right. And Morgulith built him.
Right.
So she did. I mean, there you go. Sometimes there's a level or two into it. Sometimes there's not.
That's very deep. That's very deep. Nice, though. Nice. Very cool. All right. Well, again, then, man, thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Good show. Thanks for everybody for showing up. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Laser Pants, again, thanks for the super chat. We just got those turned on, and that's really cool. Don't expect anybody to really do that all that much, but I don't know, to get more people on here.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Get called out, definitely think about it, but and that just all goes to the channel and giveaways and stuff like that. But we'll be back in 2 weeks. We'll definitely have the winners either then or on the 1,000 show for the Pop and Swap Stars contest and the prizes and all that stuff.
And Friday.
And just hit that bell, man. Just hit the bell and you'll see what everything that's coming up. All right, that's it. We're out of here.
Cool. Thanks again, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye.